Okay everyone, welcome back to Wintermute in the Long Dark. Yes, we're going through the story mode and we are pretty much where we left off. We're here at the farm, Paradise Meadows farm. Our escaped prisoner is still in there, we've left him alone. I have had to move forward a little bit. The weather was really bad if you remember at the end of the last video. I've done some housekeeping, I've done a little bit of crafting repair to my clothing, all that standard stuff. If you've watched my survival mode playthrough, you'll have seen me doing all of that kind of stuff. And we've also slept for quite a long time. I was trying to get through that storm. And I've pretty much had to sleep through it, and we're now in the middle of the night. I was hoping that I could just make a break for it now that things have calmed down a bit, but if you look, there's just wolves everywhere. So we need to make our way back to the Grey Mother. The current mission is to recover the items from the safety deposit box, and we've got the key. So we now need to go and get to that safety deposit box. But there are wolves all over the place. There's one over there, there's one wandering about over here somewhere. I've kind of lost it, which is a little bit worrying. And there's a deer over there, which I suspect that wolf might actually be hunting, so hopefully said wolf will stay out of the way. But we need to get back up that hill without attracting any wolf attention. This is going to be very tricky. I fully expect to be wolf attacked. So, let's go. I've been kind of expecting that we were going to struggle to get out of here because we had a lot of wolves around when we came in. So I'm kind of hoping it's this one over here somewhere that's making me nervous. Because I know it's there, but I don't know where it is. And there's a few wandering about that way. There's about 3 or 4 in this area. It's just making me a little nervy. They do tend to hang around here, which is why even in survival mode playthroughs I don't tend to venture down here too often. Because it's not really that safe a place to be. Okay, so we're back on the road. So far so good, which probably means I've just cursed it. Obviously, I don't normally do a lot of travelling at night in the Long Dark. It's probably quite cold, minus 19. It'll be alright. Something I haven't considered, by the way, is whether the bear makes an appearance prior or after its appearance of a key part of the storyline in Mystery Lake. I don't think it does, and I don't think the bear actually appears in Mountain Town anyway, even in survival mode, so I don't think we need to worry about that. But one thing that I have been thinking about is the moose. Don't know whether the moose makes an appearance in story mode. Now also, if you're wondering why I'm going so slowly, I am pretty heavily encumbered. I've just realised how much stuff I'm actually carrying, and I think I probably brought some of it with me when I came this way, and I didn't really need to. So I've kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit there. I'm carrying a lot of stuff that I probably could have left behind at the Grey Mother's house. I think I might start taking a little bit more of a survival kind of tack. I don't think I'm suddenly going to end up disappearing off down
I've been so hungry in my life.
Down a trail that's going to take me off to the other region. I think it's going to be a key bit of the story, and we're going to have a chance to sort ourselves out before we actually decide to commit to going. So I'm going to leave a lot of my stuff behind in the Grey Mother's house so I don't have to carry it around. I am also carrying a lot of food. I'm going to use some of that, but I'm also going to put some of that into the Grey Mother's supply. That's an optional mission to increase the amount of food that we've left for the Grey Mother, and I think I am going to do that. Okay, now we also get wolves around here as well. There's the mournful music playing as we come into the edge of Milton. There's the wolves howling. There's the schoolhouses around here somewhere where we know many dark things happened. Much darker than the original story. That escaped prisoner down in the farm was not there in the original run-through of Wintermute, so that is a change to the story. We're meeting more characters in Milton. In Milton before, the only character we met was the Grey Mother. We didn't meet anybody else, but this time we've got 3 characters here, 3 NPCs, 3 different stories. Obviously the Grey Mother is still the main character that we are working with. See, part of me really wants to... is that a wolf? I think it might be. Yes, it is. Okay, get ourselves inside the grandmother's house. Probably wants to go and see if there's anything we can harvest on that deer, but so I don't want to do that when I'm carrying too much stuff already. Okay, so we're back in the grandmother's house then. We obviously need to go and get the safety deposit box content before the Grey Mother will talk to us, or we can continue. But let's we'll just do a little bit of housekeeping before we do that. So let's head into the fridge then, and we're going to deposit some of the food that we're carrying with the Grey Mother. And I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff, sort of definitely the stuff that I'm not going to use myself. And any lower. So I want to keep enough for myself, but equally I do want to try if I can to do this side mission for the Grey Mother. We'll hang on to all of that for now, and then we'll just see where we are. We'll take stock a little bit. Obviously we are carrying a fair bit there, so I'm almost inclined just to leave some of the food that we're carrying somewhere else. I don't think I can use anything other than the fridge and the freezer here. Obviously I can take food back out again. So I'm just going to drop into here a lot of the stuff that we're carrying, and also some of that water that we've got as well. Let's get rid of some of that. So the fridge is what we're leaving for the Grey Mother. The freezer is our own supply. As you can see, I'm also carrying loads of tools, and I've got a pry bar now and all sorts of bits and pieces. I'll tell you what, let me sleep through the night, get to some daylight so we can actually see what we're doing, and then we'll go through all this stuff and we'll sort ourselves out. Okay, so we are now back. It is daylight. I can actually see what I'm doing. So let's just go through then, and we'll do a little bit of housekeeping very, very quickly. So I'm carrying an awful lot of stuff. I'm going to drop various things now. Let's just refuel our storm lantern before we drop the fuel. So we know we have a fully refueled storm lantern. And then we can drop the fuel. Pop that up here. And here. And we need that, we need that. We've got 2 recycle cans. We don't need to carry both, so let's drop the spare one. That there. We've got 3 sewing kits and some tools. Don't need to be carrying those. Stones. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with the stones, because I don't tend to use them. I'm a bit rubbish at using them, so I'm inclined, in all honesty, just to drop them up this corner and get them out of the way. There we go. Flare shells. I think we're going to need those further down the road. I'm almost inclined just to hold on to them for now, just in case. You never know. We've also got all sorts of crafting and repair items that we're carrying that I can't really, because I can't use the cupboards, I can't really drop them. I'm going to drop all these rose hips. Actually, no, let's hold on to them, because there's a side mission, isn't there, to use these. So I'll hold on to them for now. We'll prepare those the next time we make a fire, and then that'll satisfy that. I'm carrying a lot of first aid supplies as well. Again, it's a bit hard for me to be able to stash them, because I don't have... Okay, we'll transfer some of these out. We're carrying a lot of antibiotics. We're carrying a lot of painkillers. Yeah, we'll transfer all of that out, just to give ourselves a little bit more carrying capacity. And we're carrying an awful lot of matches and things like that. So let's just drop. So we're kind of sort of doing our survival mode. That's Tinder. We're sort of doing what we do in survival mode, where we're building up a stockpile, but equally we just want to be a little bit cautious of building up too much of a stockpile, because we're not going to be able to carry a lot of it with us when we go to the next region, and we're going to be just wasting our time gathering and sorting it all. So what else have we got in here then that's probably quite heavy? Book. Well, we've got a fair few of these already. I'm just going to drop... Oh, I think I was carrying 1 book around with me, wasn't I? So we'll do that. Tinder. We've got plenty of Tinder plugs at the minute. We'll just drop the newspaper. I think we are now looking in much, much better shape as far as I'm concerned. We're not carrying so much weight. And we have plenty more space. Did I just see something flag up there? Oh yeah, it was just that. Okay, so we need to go and get the contents of the safety deposit box. So let's go and do that now. We've done a little bit of housekeeping. We shall go to the safety deposit box, and then we can progress through the story. Oh, much nicer morning out here than it was before. What's the temperature like? -9. Much, much nicer. I tried to stifle that, but it didn't work. Ah, much nicer morning out here now than it was last time. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the safety deposit box then. Over to the bank. Just check the walls before we... Oh, there is one over there. I think that was a wolf. It's not a long trek to the bank, so not a major problem. Let's get ourselves inside. Perfect, okay, so we've already looted this. We've already gone through and found everything we could. It's a rather alarming stain on the floor there. Yes, so let's go into here now. I can't remember which safety deposit box it was. I don't know if it says in here. Retrieve the contents of the safety deposit box from the bank. I think is it 7? Because I think we've already done 15. Oh no. It's 15 that we're doing. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, 7 we've already done. It's 15. Let's open it. Grey Mother's safety deposit box. A box containing Grey Mother's stolen item, and it has a separate key.
This will come in handy.
And some cash, which I'm not going to bother with. Okay, so we now have the Grey Mother's box. Let's go back then to the Grey Mother. There we go. Our objective is updated. We are now going back to the Grey Mother to see what she has to say. Now, the only thing that is still just nagging me at every point, we left that prisoner alive down in the farm. Now, we did that because we're not going to stoop to his level. We weren't going to take him out. But it's just nagging me that that's going to come back and bite us in the behind at some point. And I'm just concerned for the Grey Mother that he's going to come up here and do something to her. But she's got a rifle. I'm pretty sure she can look after herself. She seems to have done pretty well so far. I got the backs.
I managed to get into the bank and...
Did you find it?
Here's the safety deposit box you asked for. I still don't...
Shh, please. Give me the box.
Jewelry? I don't understand. You said this would help me find her.
It will. Outside her, it will.
I need to find my friend. Do you think you'll be okay here by yourself?
You've done more for me than you can know, Mackenzie. These pearls were my lilies.
I didn't come across anyone in the farmhouse or bank that seemed like a lily.
Lily was... It doesn't matter.
Did you get confused? In your foggy gray memories? Maybe you thought Lily and my friend were the same?
I'm sorry, Mackenzie. I thought I was helping you.
It's okay. I don't think you're in any danger anymore. You should have enough supplies to last a while now. I'm sure help is on the way.
Now that I have her pearls. Lily's things.
What? Sorry, I don't understand.
I needed the pearls to remember her, but now you can take her things. Upstairs, in her old room, her climbing gear, her maps. They can help you get out of Milton. The path through the mountains.
You mean there's another way out?
Yes. My Lily was a climber. That's what happened. She... Never mind that. Take the rope the map. Follow her path. It'll lead you out of Milton and deeper into the mountains, north, towards Perseverance Mills.
Okay. If you're sure. Thank you.
Now lead me to my memories, outsider. Go out there and find your friend. And don't stop to think about Milton or Grey Mother again. We're of the old world. This new world is for the strong to survive.
Okay, so we have a key to the trunk. We can ask the Grey Mother about her memories, we can carry on. So I'm going to ask about the memories. I know the story because I think it's probably the same as from the original Wintermute, but we'll go through it.
Lily. Who was she?
You want to understand Lily's story? Man who fell from the sky.
I think I know enough about Lost to understand why you wanted her pearls.
Then take them. To Lily.
Lily's still here? In Milton? Why didn't you say so?
Go find her. Take the pearls and give them to Lily. And then I can rest in peace.
Okay, well, we have gained ourselves a new objective. Visit... Well, that's kind of just giving it away. Visit Lily's grave marker. Yes, the story is exactly the same as it was in the original version of Wintermute. We need to head up to the church. That's where Lily's grave marker is. I don't think we can take any more of this. No, we can't. That's a shame. Okay, so... let's just drop into the journal then. Paradise Lost. Looks like Astrid made it out of Milton. Continue your search beyond the town's borders. Retrieve the climbing gear from Lily's trunk. Memories. Oh, it's a side mission. It's a side mission. One last thing. Visit Lily's grave marker. I think that's what I'm going to do first. So let me grab some foods. And some drink as well. Now we're going to have to go through a load of wolf infested areas here, which is why I don't want to collect the climbing gear, because if I collect the climbing gear I'm going to have to haul it all the way over here and it's not a good thing. So we'll head over to the church and we will go and find Lily's grave marker. It's exactly the same little final objective that we had in the original version of Wintermute. The church is this away. Which is why I'm a little nervous, because of course we did see a wolf wandering around here. Oh, there's now two of them. Okay, we're heading into a pretty heavily wolf-infested area. The church is not a very safe place to be. I'm just wondering if I can sort of sneak around the back a little bit here. Because again, the best tactic for dealing with wolves in the long dark is to avoid them. Avoid them as best you can. Generally the best approach. Seems to have worked. Watch me run headlong into another one now. Okay, so we're now coming out. Now, in the original version of Wintermute, if you've never seen it, I do have a playthrough up of it if you want to go and check that out. In the original version of Wintermute, you actually came into Milton this way. You didn't come in from above the Grey Mother's house like we did in this version. You actually came in this way, down this road, past the church. So the first location you came across in the game was actually the church. But it's obviously been completely changed and we've now gone a completely different route through into Milton. We had a far more direct route to the Grey Mother than we did before. We had an awful lot of wandering about before we got to it last time. So the church is the first... This is the first time we've been to the church, rather. Now it's a totally different location. There is no reason for us to come here other than this side mission. So let's just head up and check this out. It's pretty heavily wolf infested, which may well be why they changed it to come in a different way, because I seem to remember getting attacked by a wolf before I'd even made it into Milton here. Okay. Obviously I need to keep my eyes peeled for wolves. Ryan Smith. Need to find Lily. Be here somewhere. Well, that's awkward. Well, she's going to be here, I would have thought. Oh, have I jumped to a massive conclusion and got it wrong here? That's... Yeah. Oh, it's on the other side of the road, according to that. Okay. On the other side of the road. Oh, there's another little thing over here. Okay. I'm fairly sure new. I don't think that's where it was before. Ah, this is new. I'm pretty sure this wasn't here originally. Okay, this makes more sense. Emily, Jessica, Lilith. Here we are. And we have completed that little side mission to leave the pearls here with Lily for the Great Mother. Okay, so let's make our way back. Now, part of me wants to go and explore the church. In fact, I'm tempted just to poke my head in and just have a quick look. But I do want to kind of get a shift on and see if I can, before the end of this video, get out of Milton. Or at least make a start to heading out of Milton. So let's have a quick look inside the church. I don't think we're going to find very much in here, but we'll have a quick look. No, my luck, we'll find a flipping wolf. St. Christopher's Church. Yep, the camp is here. This was here before. There's a little camp. Got some matches. There's a note, which is kind of what I was looking for. And obviously a few books. And another note. I'm not reading these, by the way. We'll kind of go through them ourselves a little bit later. What I might do at the end of Wintermute is go through all of the notes and collectibles and just read them through. So, okay, so we've picked up various bits and bobs. We've got plenty of matches. Really worry about that. So now what I'm going to do, we'll head back to the Grey Mother's house and we shall gather all of our kit and then we shall see where we can go from there. Okay, so I'm on the way back. I don't know why I'm whispering, they can't hear me. I'm on the way back to the Grey Mother's house, and as you can see, I've got wolves all over the shop. I've got one over there, and I've got one over here. So I'm just trying my standard avoidance tactics. We'll let that one wander off, and then hopefully we can just go up the middle at speed and avoid the whole lot. There's a little ragged bit of cloth on that branch there, which is almost like a bit of a clue. I don't fancy waiting around to see what it triggers, though. I'm going to head back to the Grey Mother. Okay, so I'm just, again, I've still got that nagging thing in the back of my head about that prisoner. Well, she's here and she's okay, so... Right, let's get ourselves sorted then. So let's get rid of the flare. Let us head up the stairs to Lily's room, which is one of the rooms around here. Did we grab the water out of here? No, we didn't. Okay, let's grab that. Okay, we'll make a decision. Obviously not that one. Is it this one? Yes, here we are. Here's the trunk. Okay, so this gives us a rope, some climbing socks, and Lily's map, which shows us the route that we need to take to get out of here. And if we can have a quick look at that. I don't know whether we're going to find that in the... Yeah, there we are.
I might have to drop some gear.
Yeah, that's fine. It is exactly in the same place where I remember it being. It's all the way over here, so that's fine. I know where I'm going. Find the climbing area in the outskirts of Milton, so we've got that bit. Okay, so the next thing we need to do then is just sort out our supplies that we're going to take with us so that we can proceed out of the town. So let's make our way... I'm going to constantly keep checking the Grey Mother. Let's make our way over here and just see what we've got then. So an awful lot of this we're not going to be taking with us. let's just see where we are. We're already encumbered, so I'm going to need to... Obviously, we're going to drop the rope, so we can carry whatever the rope is over, and we'll be okay. So 5 kilos over we can take. Pry bar, I'm inclined to leave behind, because it's quite heavy, and ultimately we can get away without it, so we're going to get rid of that. Hatchet we need to make sure we take. Storm lantern we need to take. Bedroll, can opener we need to take. We need to take one of these. We don't need to take 2 can openers though, so let's get rid of one of them. So we've got can opener, 2 flares, 3 of those, which I do want to hang on to. I'm going to take a 100% sewing kit with me, so that we are in good shape. Okay, and as for crafting materials, I'm going to keep, obviously, those 2 bandages. Let's do a little bit of clothing repair before we consider heading, ditching any of that cloth. So let's just do some clothing repair. Obviously, I've just changed sewing kits, but that's fine. I'll grab another one. Yeah, we'll maximise our clothing repair, use all the cloth and stuff that we've got before we go. So, yeah, that's all good. So let's do the hat. Ideally, we want to leave here not having to carry any cloth. Sewing kit just for future repairs, and with everything as highly repaired as we can get it. So let's just do this. Should put us in good stead. Okay, I think that's probably... Now, we only had 7 bits of cloth, so I think we're about to run out. I think we have run out, actually, to be fair. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I think that's as good as we're going to get and as good as we need to get. So that's all fine. So we now shouldn't have any cloth. Cured leather. Can we repair our shoes? Do they need repairing? Where are our boots? Okay, let's see if we can repair them. Perfect. So that gives us some slightly better condition on our boots and uses up that bit of leather. We're going to drop the feather. Don't need to carry that. Obviously, it won't weigh anything, but we won't worry about that. Firewood. Now, that's going to be an interesting one. I'm inclined... You see, this is tricky. I need to make sure I have enough wood with me. I'm going to drop that. We don't need to be carrying that. We've got quite a bit of tinder. We've got accelerant. We've got plenty of matches, but I'm going to ditch these cardboard matches because we've got so many wood matches. I'm going to take a fair few of those. I'm also inclined we'll keep 1 book. We'll keep those. We'll keep those. We'll keep those. We'll keep all of the excuse me, all the tinder that we're carrying. Let's grab. First of all, let's just swap our sewing kits back around again. So we'll ditch that one and grab that one, and then let's pick up a couple of boxes of matches. So that's going to give us plenty of matches, and I'm inclined just to grab another bottle of accelerant as well, so we've got that. Storm lantern I haven't used since I refilled it, so we know that's in good shape. Let us... Okay, first aid supplies we're in good shape with, so it's a tricky one this, because obviously we did get rid of some of our first aid supplies. Some of what I've got is actually in better shape. I'm inclined just to bring back a few of our first aid supplies. Okay, and how are we doing for food and water? Water we've got plenty, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, and let's just grab all of this. Let's grab all of this food, because we want to move some of it into here. So, what shall we keep and what shall we drop? Soda I'm going to drop. That I'm going to drop. That I'm going to drop. And that should be fine, because obviously we don't know how much food we're going to find when we get to the other location, and we don't know what we're going to find on the way, so we need to make sure we've got plenty of stuff with us. So we have put a little bit more food into the Grey Mother's supply. It is a side mission, just to gather some extra supplies. We're halfway there, but I'm not really inclined to spend too much more time doing that one. The Grey Mother's got plenty of stuff. Let us just have a quick look at Clothing. So we've got some climbing socks, which are obviously in much better condition. So I'm going to pop those on. I'm going to drop most of the other clothing that I'm carrying. So we don't want to be dragging things that we don't need with us. So this is a very different approach. If you've seen my videos in survival mode, this is a very, very different approach. We won't be coming back here. But equally, we're not in this for the massively, massively, massively long term. We're in it to go through the story, and we're going to be quite nomadic. So I need to carry stuff with me that's useful, but not stockpile and drag things with me just on the off chance. I know when I get to the next location, which is Mystery Lake, I am going to find more things, and they will keep me going for the time that I'm there, because we're not in this for 200 days or 300 days. We're only in it for as long as it takes to get through the story. We don't need to stockpile quite so much, so I'm not so bothered about leaving things behind. What I would normally do in survival mode, I would drag as much as I can with me. I would come back, I'd pick up the rest, and I'd drag that along as well. But this time it's going to be a little bit different. We won't be coming back. We've actually got more plentiful supplies than we would normally get in survival mode, so I'm quite happy to drag a few things along, leave quite a lot of things behind. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's just have a quick look around. So food wise, we've pretty much gathered everything. Cooking part I'm a little bit unsure about. Part of me wants to take it, but also it is rather heavy, so I kind of inclined to leave it behind and just stick with my recycled can. I think we're okay for food and water. I don't think that's a problem. I think we're okay for tinder and firewood, so that's not an issue. Pry bar, I am reluctantly going to leave behind. Part of me wants to take it, because obviously that's going to let us get into locked lockers and things, but part of me is thinking it's rather heavy. And we cannot be encumbered when we climb down the rope. It won't let us climb if we're encumbered, so I can only take with me what I can carry within my encumberment limit. So I'm going to take the things that are most useful. In fact, I'm also going to grab that accelerant, because you never know when we're going to need it. Simple tools, I can't see us doing much crafting in the story mode, so I'm not going to bother with it. Lantern fuel, I think I'm going to take the little can, but I'm going to leave the big one, so that gives me a little bit of extra fuel, and my storm lantern is fully fueled. And that is pretty much everything, so I think we are ready to go. But that's going to be in the next video. We're going to head off in the next video. We're going to make our way out of Milton. We're going to climb down, and we're going to make our way to Mystery Lake. Assuming that it's pretty much the same as it was before, it's going to be a fairly short transition. We're going to end up in Mystery Lake pretty quickly, and then hopefully we can carry on into Mystery Lake and get going with the next stage of story mode. But of course, as we've discovered, things in Wintermute have changed quite dramatically since the last version of it, so who knows what we're going to find on the way. But right now, thank you so much for joining me. As always, please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and the subscribe button, which is down below, to check out more videos. We're posting Long Dark 3 times a week, and I'm also starting to put some more videos out there as well. And if you want to hit the playlist for these and check out the rest of the videos in the series, please do. They're over on that side. And I shall see you again, as I always do, very, very soon.